Well, Alan, barely in the game at times, was he, against Serbia? Can he impact games at this level from the left?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like from the start of the game that he was being invited or was being told to go in from that side to become another number 10. So Bellingham sort of went to the right and Foden was coming in off that left side. The problem we got, the unbalance in the team, we've got no natural left footer to go outside him. So he never even had a fullback going on the outside of him. So he had that issue to deal with. So basically every time he got it, he didn't have any options that he's brilliant at. When he has runners going down the side or he's a fullback coming, that's his strength, and that's been his strength at Man City. So unless we change the system around him or change his position, I don't see too much difference really. And I think that's why a lot of people are saying Gordon might be a better shout, because he's more of a natural left-sider who's going to come on the inside but go on the outside on occasion and cause opposition problem, and probably a bit more direct than Phil. But
it's just so hard to leave a player with his ability out.
Absolutely, and I think he will get another go there, and hopefully it works out better. But I do think that with the setup of the team that it's not helping him.
Joining us now for more on this, England legend and world in motion superstar rapper John Barnes. Morning, John.
Rapper.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey, John. Really good, thanks, John. John, what do you think of the criticism of Phil Foden after that opening game?
It's like having a out-of-body experience. I remember going through something similar. I'll tell you what Bobby Robson used to say to me was, "We want you to play for England the way you play for Liverpool." And you know what I said to him? If England play the way Liverpool do, I would. And it's the same for Phil Foden. Regardless of whether you put Phil Foden on the left, in the middle, on the right, wherever you think his favourite position was, until they're going to play like Man City, nothing will change. The left back for Man City's got Pardew. He's not a left footer. The way City plays suits him. So it doesn't matter about putting him, Gordon, Cole Palmer, unless they're going to play, unless the England is going to play the way their clubs play, you'll never ever get the best out of him. And of course, if you're going to have Jude Bellingham as a number 10, who's going to be the playmaker, get him on the ball all the time, what is he going to be doing? All Phil Foden is going to be doing is being a bit part player. And bit part players work hard, defend, give the ball to Bellingham. So therefore, what is he doing there? So this whole idea about him, finding the best position for him for England, it doesn't matter what position he plays. The football, the tactics, the template of how they play, the way they move the ball, one touch, two touch quickly, unless it's going to be like Manchester City, you'll never see the best of Phil Foden.
Do you think you would start him in the next game, John, if you was manager, after seeing him in the first?
Once again, it depends on how they want to play. And it depends on who they're playing against. Because, if you're playing against a team who's going to dominate possession and you need more defensive midfield players in, so you maybe play Mino or Conor Gallagher. I think depending on how and who he's going to play with, as long as Jude Bellingham is playing, I don't think you're going to see the best of Phil Foden. Because, of course, you're then talking about Cole Palmer being in the team as well. What is he going to be doing in there with those two in the team? So the balance for me isn't right at this moment.
Were you surprised overall, John, by some of the negativity towards England after the win over Serbia? I mean, a win is a win, isn't it?
Of course, but listen, and Alan will know, we've been around long enough to know that there aren't foregone conclusions regardless of who you're playing. And I didn't really want to come on today with Alan being on the show, because I remember Liverpool playing Crystal Palace in a semi-final of a FA Cup where we were supposed to have won. And this happens in football. So, and Serbia is a decent side. We saw my favourites last night, France, against a team who played better than them, Austria. France were lucky to win 1-0. So this whole idea of, and I don't get carried away. If England had won 5-0, I wouldn't all of a sudden change my mind and think that they're going to beat France. So therefore, yes, a win is a win. It's important. They may not have played well, but getting through the group is the important thing. And, we'll draw and we'll get better. So I think this is showing us how difficult. I've always said that the Euros are more difficult than the World Cup. Look at Belgium, one of the favourites, losing to Slovakia. Look at Ukraine losing to Romania 3-0. So therefore, I think that football fans always think that the big boys are going to turn up and just win matches. That's not the way football is.
What do you is France your favourites, John? Do you think they're or have you changed your mind after the German performance?
No, and I said at the start, I'm doing a bit of a thing, and I said at the start, I'm not going to change my mind from week to week because Germany won 5-0, so now they're going to win. France didn't play well, so England didn't play well, so they're going to go out. Because once you're getting into the knockout stages when all of a sudden, France may play Germany. And if France play Germany, I think France will win. So don't get swayed by one game to the next thinking that this team's going to win. So I still think France are physical. They're strong. They've got pace. You look at the bench they have. They can fight. They can play. Good defenders. They've got good balance. England have got good players going forward. The defense still worries me a bit, and the defensive midfield situation. So I'm still going with France until they get knocked out.
We were talking, John, about Phil Foden. You mentioned Jude Bellingham a couple of times. I mean, tell us what is your view of Bellingham?
Of course, he's a fantastic player with a great attitude. But if you look at what happened at Real Madrid with him, you see, because Real Madrid don't have the Fodens, they don't have the Cole Palmers, they don't have players like that. So he's the one who does that. Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, they work hard. Toni Kroos, Camavinga behind him. So that suits him completely. And of course, playing for England in that role would also suit him. But unfortunately, you have other players who can do what he does, not in terms of his energy. So therefore, I think that as long as you give him that role for England to be the playmaker, the number 10, he will always do well. Absolutely. He's fantastic.
John, look, we all remember World in Motion. Out here in Germany, we have heard No Scotland, No Party a million times. There isn't an official England song, but you might be able to provide the remedy for that. You've made an England single.
Well, it's not an England single, no. It's not an England single. It's just something to go to try and help people to eat correctly and have a bit of fun. I don't think it's going out into the charts to be a number one.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about it then. How did this come about?
Well, of course, because now we have a situation whereby, we're talking about not World Cup, but Euro football. So, of course, music and football goes well together. You obviously have also the World in Motion song. And, of course, we're talking about getting people to eat healthy. So, this campaign is about getting kids to eat healthy, eat properly. It's vegan. It tastes nice. It's great. And, of course, come the Euros, you talk about having barbecues and people getting around each other's houses and having a few drinks and having a barbecue while we watch the Euros. So, of course, that is something that goes with football. And if you can also encourage people to eat healthily, as you can see, most of us don't, then it's a win-win situation. As long as England do well, then it should do well.
You speak for yourself, John. You don't get this sort of physique without eating healthily. John, look, brilliant. Nice to hear from you this morning.
Thank you. All the best, lads.
It's always the answer. Always the answer. Those big floppy shirts. I've got loads of them. John, thanks very much.
I'd much prefer John to be on the left side for England. That would be much better for us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine having him now in this team?
Yeah.
What a player he was.
Yeah, he was a fantastic player. And as he mentioned there, he can relate to the sort of criticism that Phil Foden gets, because when he was in an England shirt, he was often criticised for not performing as he does, as he said, for his club.
Exactly the same. And he scored that wonder goal against Brazil when he went right across the pitch and beat about 5 Brazilians and put it in the corner. It was a phenomenal moment for him. And yet after that, he still got a lot of criticism about, was he good enough? Why can't he replicate his form? So John knows exactly where Phil Foden is, for sure.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.